mic and he's ready to go. Noodle on his left, Jess on his right. Hey, hold up, don't start a fight. He's got you covered with all the sports. Don't fret, he's wearing shorts. It's time for Waking Jake in the morning, Waking Jake at night. Jake sucks.
Good morning, Wake and Bakers. The Bakers are live in the chat. We've got the tourists coming over from John Boy's morning show. Still got that rolling on the other. We got to get into it, BBD. Coming live from the Roosevelt's RSV LTS studio. Crazy sports weekend. You are looking tasty in the corner in the Liberty jersey. Let it show, baby. We got to get into it. There's so much sports. Loving everybody in the chat right now. We are off and rolling. BBD, the game of the night, I tried not to be biased. I didn't want to be biased. I might be a little biased. But we're doing Red Sox-Yankees. I think the other game that gave this a run for its money was Milwaukee and Houston. And we're going to talk about that a little bit. But I think that's kind of bad basketball. So we'll circle up on that. But the game of the night, Yankees Red Sox. The Yankees going for a sweep. The Red Sox, a shell of themselves. I feel bad. If you're a Red Sox fan, I mean, you knew this wasn't going to be your year. But it's worse than we thought. Anyways, Sunday night at the stadium, and the Red Sox get off to a good start. James Paxton is a mess for the Yankees. An absolute mess. Some of the advanced stats just came out on his pitching performance last night. He looks awful. His velo's down. Xander Bogaerts gets him in the first with a 2-run home run. He's so good. I gave Bogaerts crap for a while. He's a stud. He's incredible. But bottom two, Aaron Judge, 3-run homer. That's pretty good. Just remember that, by the way. And then the Red Sox got going again. Devers, he's really good. Left side of the Sox infield, man. They're fun to watch. I guess that's enough reason to watch Red Sox baseball if you're a fan. Bogaerts gets another RBI single. Vasquez gets an RBI single. It's 5-3 Red Sox. The Yanks and their fans were never scared in this game. Me and John Boy were live. We had a bunch of people with us. Never scared. Peter Moylan is like my best friend now. Old Braves reliever. Pitched in the league forever. He messaged me on Twitter so much just to talk baseball, so that's cool. He said it. He's like, the Yanks have no fear. They're pitching or they're hitting, and they're just locked in right now. Gary Sanchez waking up, RBI double. Gio Urshela, best third baseman in the AL, according to A-Rod last night. He got torn apart for that. Matt Chapman is better. Sorry, love you, Gio. Everybody knows that. Xander Bogaerts goes yard ski again. It's 6-5 Sox, top 5. Luke Voigt hits a homer, 6-6. We're having fun, baby. Then in the top of the 7th, Devers goes yard. Mike King had a valiant performance, but Devers gets him. Sox go up 7-6. Are you nervous? Are you nervous? Not at all, man. Bottom 8, DJ LeMahieu with the RBI single. And then Aaron Judge. A 2-0 hanging curveball to Aaron Judge with how hot he is. And the result adds up. A 468-foot home run just sent it into the night sky. He is now the lead leaguer in home runs. And Judge is really the story. I think Yankee fans kind of got ridiculed for, how good they were saying Judge is. Rewind the tape, man. If we knew the Houston stuff, Aaron Judge would have an MVP trophy. When he's played bad, he's been clearly hurt. And I know that starts to sound biased. Even with his hurt stats, his numbers are off the chart. His career OPS is 959. The only guy that I could find in Major League Baseball with a higher career OPS and a body of work is Mike Trout. And I think that would shock some people. I mean, the Yelich's and the Betts, they didn't have as big as a, coming into the league. But Aaron Judge is a stud, man. 959 career OPS. I don't think people know how good that is. A lot of you guys that know us, have a connection to Yankees land and you have an idea. The national audience just thinks he's a big dude that hits home runs. And he is a star of the game. He is as talented as anyone when he's right. I'm not saying he's the best player in the game. That's Mike Trout. But he is as talented as anyone when he's right. And I think that was the game of the night. I don't know, man. That was fun. The Yankees are so much fun right now. We had a lot of fun on Talking Yanks. New episode comes out today. Let's circle up on the baseball scores. We've got so much to go through, so that might be one of the only deep dives. We'll get to that Milwaukee-Houston game in a little bit. Let's do the baseball scores, David. And we had a little doubleheader yesterday. Reds-Tigers. Reds' first 7-inning game in Major League history. Is that what we're calling it? I guess so, right? Bauer goes complete game shutout technically in the second game. And we had a special performance in that. Might hear about that in Bro of the Night, BBD. The Rays lose to the Orioles. They get swept by Tampa. I watched a lot of this series. The Orioles beat them. It wasn't like Tampa was just making mistakes or being dumb. The Orioles beat them. I don't know what that's about. Good for the Orioles, man. They're having fun. The Braves beat the Mets. Braves win 4 straight. Mets having tough times. Cespedes went missing for a little bit, but he's found. White Sox win 9-2 over the Royals. Nick Madrigal. Remember the name? Big-time prospect for them. He gets the call. He has a 4-hit day. The Twins beat up on Cleveland this weekend. There was the big Shane Bieber start on Thursday. Forgot it was part of this series. Twins win the next 3. They're starting to hit homers. Mitch Garver had one yesterday. Sano had a 2-homer game over the weekend. Cubs. Javi Baez with a walk-off single. Cubs win 2-1 in 11 innings. Padres, Rockies, 9-6 final. My Rocks keep doing it. They're racking up wins. Matt Kemp hitting home runs in Major League Baseball. How about that? The Rangers, they save their series against the Giants. They win 9-5. Giants win the series. They're playing good baseball, actually. And even more fun, we had brothers play in this game, the Heineman Bros. So that's fun. They're friends of the family. They're friends with Plouffe. We've met them briefly. So that's cool. Brothers playing Major League Baseball. Like that a lot. Joey Gallo and Chu hit home runs. The Astros and Angels keep doing an extra inning game. The Astros win this one after the Angels won the day before. Bregman with the RBI single in the 11th. And then the A's win 3-2 over the Mariners. Ramon Laureano, another friend of the family, he hits a 3-run homer. So that's what's going on in the baseball. I'm trying to think. We've got a segment later that's sports/reality TV, and we'll talk about Cespedes there a little bit. Anything else from baseball, BBD? Anything we need to hammer home?
I mean, back to Judge a little bit, not to keep doing the Yankee stuff, but I mean, after the game he dropped he's not fully feeling up to rhythm and everything, and whatever his exact quote was.
Yeah, and so that quote was cool.
Pretty funny.
Yeah, he was peacocking a little bit of the, I'm not even that locked in yet. Okay, dude.
About trying to get locked in, I think is what he said.
You look like a monster right now, so that was pretty funny. And the other thing, and, we've been saying this around John Boy Media, he had a quote before the season that, he kind of went at the reporters, and he was like, I'm healthy, and when I've been healthy, I've been a great baseball player, and it's true, and I just think it is so funny. There's this New York stereotype that, yes, Aaron Judge gets a lot of love from being from New York, but he also doesn't. I think that makes it easier to hate, just because he's this big guy, and he's New York. He's an amazing ball player. He should have an MVP trophy, which I think that would make people talk about him a lot different, but awards and trophies don't matter in baseball. We'll circle back on a little bit of baseball later. We got to get to the basketball, BBD. De-bobble. The basketball's going on. Some good action. I think the NBA bubble has been a win so far. The Nets win 118-110 over the Lizards last night. Am I saying that right? Karis LeVert with 34 points. How about the Nets? Talking Nets. Go check them out. New episode out today. How about that? That's how you do it in the biz, people. The Blazers and the Celtics, they had a fun one last night. Celts end up getting the W. Jaylen Brown with 30 points. I think Tatum missed a couple free throws late to not cover the game. I don't know. A little gambling. How about that? Spurs, they beat the Grizzlies 108-106. Sure. Kings, Magic. Magic win big, but they lose Jonathan Isaac. That was pretty sad. Big dude, fall hard. Torn ACL. Get better, big fella. Mavericks, Suns. The Suns clipped the Mavs. I didn't know this, BBD. That's me bringing you the sports news. How about that? Doncic, 40 points and a double-double, but the Suns win. I guess the Mavs are 0-2 now because the Rockets beat them in a fun game over this weekend. And then what would have been the NBA game of the night, Bucks-Rockets, two really good teams. Rockets win 121-16, but what you need to know, the Rockets attempted the most three-point shots in a regular season NBA game. I guess any NBA regular season or regulation game. I think there might be an OT game.
Non-overtime.
Right. They got out-rebounded by the Bucks. They almost got doubled up on
65 to 36.
The Rockets won. They just shot threes and won. And, I mean, this is my topic, and I think I'm going to be talking about this on I think we're going to do talking sports tonight. And on this show, it's one of my main takeaways from today is that the Rockets might break basketball. I know baseball's getting a bad rap that, baseball's not as fun to watch anymore because it's, strikeouts, walks, and homers. There's not a lot of hit and runs. There's less contact, etc. Houston's not a fun basketball team to watch. I like watching Harden because it's just incredible what he does out there. But as basketball, it's not great. They just huck and chuck threes. It's not necessarily good content. Man, if they get this asterisk title, they're going to break basketball. They're going to have to change rules. They might move the three-point line back, or they might do something beneficial to have big men, because they're playing none. They're making the big man useless. They played against Giannis last night. And I think the other thing that's funny about them is Houston, if it works out for them, they've almost changed the game. I feel like there's that Patriot idea of we will take away your best option. We will take away your best option. Figure it out from them. Houston doesn't care. They're just we're going to do our thing, and we think it works.
Yeah.
Giannis, go off.
We'll trust them doing their thing over anyone else doing theirs.
Yeah.
Just because of the math.
Our better's better than your better because of math. MathPod finally got one in the network. So that's the NBA. The bubble still looks good. Again, I'm still waiting for playoffs. I am seeing in the chat they're looking for some hockey love. I'll be honest, I haven't sunk my teeth in yet. I saw the Rangers lost. King Henrique, my guy. Love a good goalie. I'm going to try to get into the hockey. It's been tough. I'll be honest with you. Sports are back. Did watch a little UFC last night. And I think that brings us to our final segment, sports and reality TV. Love UFC still. If you're a UFC person, tweet at me and let's talk UFC because I love UFC. The main event, the big underdog won. It was classic, veteran who's lost versus undefeated new guy. The veteran just walloped on him. Herb Dean. He's the ref. He's my favorite follow on Instagram. Go follow Herb Dean. He's awesome. Broke up the fight perfectly. Avs win, says L. Kanan in the chat. So how about that? There's your hockey update. Okay, a couple things we need to hit quick. That's just sports is the original reality TV. Yoenis Cespedes goes missing yesterday. / Mets disaster. They traded for an outfield the night before. There's rumors that he told the Mets he was opting out, and then they either ignored it or they just tried to throw him under the bus as a going-away present, because I think this is his last year, right? This is final year of his contract?
Yeah, it's the walk year.
So, either way, as Mets as it gets, that should be a shirt. Should we make that shirt? As Mets as it gets? Is that shirt out there, Mets fan? So that was pretty wild on Twitter for a little bit because you had the people firing from the hip, and you had Heyman with a bad tweet and Nightingale with a bad tweet because that's what baseball does. But he gets found. He's okay. / he told the Mets he was leaving. So bizarre stuff. I wonder if more details come out from that or if it's just over. Them checking his hotel room and he's just fully packed and gone is kind of wild. But that was insane. That broke the baseball news yesterday for a little bit. Had a couple. Lorenzo Cain pulled out. So yeah, that was the baseball stuff. And then the other news that came late yesterday was Doug Peterson, the Eagles coach. He's tested positive for COVID, so get better. Doug's he's a coach. He's an older guy.
A lot of people are testing positive for it.
Be safe, yeah. But he called the team meeting, and he met with people, And now there's positive cases linked to that because I think they can do the COVID like tracing stuff. I think that's one of the few things they can do. If you've got COVID, don't call meetings and meet with people. That's fair?
That feels like the bare minimum. Don't do that.
It was the first tweet in a while that someone sent me, and I had to be like, this is real. Like, I had to do the make sure it wasn't Barry. Like, so that's, I don't know. Don't do that. But, yeah, sports is the original reality TV, and we saw it over the weekend. The other thing, I guess this should have been mentioned in baseball, Ohtani looks rough. He's getting checked out. He might have to get surgery or something. We'll see. I went a step too far on that. But he looks bad pitching-wise. So, I don't know. That's going to be interesting to follow if he has another big injury. Now, to the favorite segment of the live people. And, again, thank you guys so much. The numbers have been great on this. I think every episode has been over 7,000 on YouTube, a couple thousand on Periscope. I think our record high was after the Dodgers game, which I'll get to in a second. But so the comment of the day from the YouTube, keep pressing the like button, keep leaving comments. We got to keep breaking the algorithm. A lot of people mention the algorithm in their comments. I like that a lot. That's pretty silly. I've got a tie for the best comments from last week's YouTube. Go check them out. Go leave your likes and comments. Jack Zander, who's in the chat today, and I think he was also a little mad at me for not talking hockey, he said the new logo isn't on a shirt yet. Better give you guys an 8-game suspension, which, an okay comment, and we're going to get some shirts and some swag going soon. More importantly, how long ago does the Joe Kelly thing seem? When I read that comment, I was like, oh my God. You forget how quick sports moves. It's pretty insane. Like, that was less than a week ago, and that feels so long ago in the sports realm. So that's kind of why I brought that up, and we'll get you guys some merch and stuff soon. And then Steven Grazzi, this will be the year that the Rockets will win the championship because it would have an asterisk. And that would be kind of fun.
It's funny.
Yeah, people would debate it. It would be really good talk show fodder. Would they have won in a real year? Harden only won because there was no strip club. I mean, you'd get some pretty fire takes from the sports community. And BBD on to our final two segments. Bro of the night, I'll hit this one quick. Tyler Alexander for the Detroit Tigers, young reliever from them. He's I think he's a Texas guy. TCU, Texas Christian, Carroll Southlake in Texas. Dated a girl from there, BBD. Broke my heart a little bit.
Wow.
Named Sarah Marshall, so there's a lot of jokes about that. Sarah, hope all's well. I've got a show called Wake and Jake. Don't miss you, girl. Tyler Alexander struck out 9 consecutive hitters. The first 9, right? I think so.
I think all 9 he faced.
I think he faced a couple after. He ended up striking out 10.
Sounds fair.
Yeah. But either way, he's in the MLB record books. He ties the MLB record for most consecutive strikeouts, most strikeouts out of the pen, something like that. Either way, if you're in the Major League record book, I mean, that's incredible. And I wanted to send a little jab at MLB because when I looked it up to put the story in here, MLB has an article about it, and the title of the article is MLB Record Broken by Little-Known Reliever. Baseball, it's your job to tell people. You tell us about. Make him
more known.
Tell people about Tyler Alexander. It was pretty cool seeing baseball Twitter get into that. It was around the time the Cardinals news broke yesterday. Well, the Big Jays broke it. Poppy had it first. But I don't need to flex on that. Good for Tyler Alexander. You're in the record book, dude. That's awesome. BBD, who is your bro of the night?
Well, I almost went a couple ways. That I did write in the sheet, if you don't take Judge, I will. But I'm not taking Judge. So I lied. We gave him his due.
Fair.
I almost went Doug Peterson as a bro of the night, but we already talked about him. So I am going to go with TJ Warren. We kind of missed the Saturday slate, but he drops 53 points, and he just gets buckets, man. And he was traded for – we talked about it in our Talking Knicks group chat. That came out today. We talked about how he was traded for, like, the 32nd pick in the draft and for cash considerations by the Suns. Like, the dude is really good.
Yeah, he gets buckets. we talked about scoring options on an episode of Talking Sports, and I underrate him. He gets buckets. He's never done it anywhere that's mattered. So this could be his coming out party. Let's see it. All he does in his career is gotten buckets. It was with the Sun, a lot of useless baskets. The Pacers are going to be in the playoffs. Oladipo is back. So good for TJ Warren. NC State, if I remember correctly. So good for TJ Warren. And then BBD, what we're watching tonight, we'll close it off before we get to me and John Boy recording Talking Baseball in a little bit. Stay live with us for that if you're a Patreon member. I was going to go late night. BBD, I'll save yours. You beat me to the punch there. I'll probably check in on Lakers-Utah. They're the 9 o'clock game, so I'll probably catch the second half of that. Be watching some Yanks. And then DeGrom-Soroka, 2 aces in the AL East. That'll be my flip channel. BBD, I think I'll end up watching a little bit of what you'll be watching tonight.
Yes, Jake, and I will be keeping an eye on Dodgers-Padres tonight. Buehler and Paddock are facing off, so that's a good pitching matchup. And the Padres team is fun this year, and especially with the expanded playoffs, they could crack that. And it's their first time I've noticed they're playing somebody that's a legit World Series contender. I don't know what their schedule's been up till now, but
no, you should.
It's the best team they've played so far.
The Padres should be up for the matchup. They think they can push the Dodgers this year. 2 of the best young pitchers in baseball, Buehler, Paddock. That should be a fun matchup, and that's if you're up late night tonight, try to flip over to that. So, thanks everyone. Mondays are going to be crazy. We did our best, tried our hardest, did our best today. That's all you can do. Wow, pretty emotional at the end there. A lot of stuff coming out today. Talking Yanks, talking Nets, talking Giants, talking Knicks. John Boy and Jake TV and Talking Baseball, which we're about to record. Thank you guys so much, the Bakers and the Wake and Jake community. Appreciate you guys. We'll see you tomorrow morning. Leave a comment. It'll be on the show tomorrow. Tell a friend. Tell someone who likes sports about this. And we'll see you guys tomorrow. Thank you so much.
Hey,
smoking purple flowers. It's burning my chest.
He's on the mic and he's ready to go. Noodle on his left, Jess on his right. Hey, hold up. Don't start a fight. He's got you covered with all